Hello, and welcome to WhateverEtc number 11, the third aspect of mindful contemplation, being open to possibility. Grounded in the world, situated in actuality, leap into the possibilities that manifest. I want to express my apologies for being away so long. I've been prepping for job interviews and needed to give myself to that actuality for a bit and allow myself to be less accessible to my good brothers and sisters of the page. But now it's time to become accessible again to possibility. This is the third aspect of mindful contemplation, opening up to possibility. We've grounded ourselves in attending to the world as it is happening. We've given focus to our actual situatedness. Now we turn toward authentic openness, wherein we disrupt the always lurking complacency of habitual existence. Philosophizing as a way of life is always on the way toward possibilities. This path is the way of speculating, of imagining, if you will, of dreaming. Some would deride this as living with our heads in the clouds, but what most call mere fantasy, the AnarchoCynic recognizes and embraces as being just as real as perception. The AnarchoCynic is no romantic fool with his or her heart stranded in the bogs of wish fulfillment or escapism. Rather, philosophizing as a way of life engages in a seeking after the excess of life, a kind of pursuit of the extraordinary, a hunting for what is possible. The always happening life world and our already unfolding situatedness do not afford us the time nor lend us the disposition to bluff or to con or to lie to ourselves or to make a wrong move. Opening up to possibility requires that we be impeccable in our engagement with the reality of our greatest power, imagination. The stakes are too high for getting lost in escapist fantasies. What concerns us is how we invest ourselves in living an engaged life. And as anarcho-cynics, having set out to perfect our paths, we are not going to throw our own selves away by the kinds of miscalculation that take up imagination only to forget the world or to ignore our situatedness. We cannot take up self-delusion and mistake it for being self-actualization. Rather, we are talking about the power of imagination to see alternatives to actuality, to speculate on opportunities within our situatedness, to theorize how our deliberate decisions might change the direction of our lives. In the philosophical method known as phenomenology, which offers a disciplined method to account for how things appear to consciousness, this act of opening things up is called imaginative variation. And it is with imaginative variation that I will conclude today already. Just to give you a little hint, I've outlined a few more podcasts on this opening up to possibilities, this third aspect of contemplation. So expect another one tomorrow that continues from where we're leaving ourselves open today. This notion of imaginative variation. And between now and tomorrow, I would love for you to really think about and engage what it could mean to say imaginative variation, to take up the world as it's happening and vary the things you see, to look and fully focus your situatedness and vary the vectors of the situations, vary the vectors of actuality through the power of your imagination. So tomorrow we'll pick up on imaginative variation, and I'll leave it short today just to let you know that throughout the course of my vacation, I'm going to be regularly doing the podcasts and try to really get us to a point where we're more fully at home with the notion of mindful contemplation. It's three aspects, and then really begin demonstrating some practices. So until tomorrow, I want to thank you for your patience in awaiting the reactivation of this podcast, your support for the podcast on Facebook and on YouTube, and your comments and suggestions. They've all been very helpful and a lot of fun to engage. Tranquilitas et bonum vobiscum. Tranquility and goodness be with you now, tomorrow, and forever. And I'll see you later on. Thank you very much.